Whoop, whoop, y'all. Want to make sure this shit works. There it is, yep. What's up, Dead Body Brand? We see you, bruh. We see you, bruh.
Call him the Dead Body Brand.
Oh. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, I think I got all my buttons fixed. So.
Oh, nice.
Let's see.
That'll help.
Yeah. All right, let's do it. Nope. Hold on. My button didn't work. Why isn't my button working? Let me try it again. Hold on. See, I brag about my button being fixed, and it still don't work. Intro. Okay. I did do an update on this Stream Deck, so maybe it's that's messing up. Let me reboot it. Sorry, cock tease you there. Hold on. Love it. All right. All right, let's try this again. Why isn't my button working, bro?
Oh, man.
This is infuriating. All right, it's supposed to change. Did it change our Twitter name? Let me see. Doesn't look like it. No, why isn't that working?
Button mashing.
Yeah. What is it, man? What is it? Let me just try this real quick.
There's always growing pains.
I know.
Every episode.
Like this begin show, it does several actions. That's why I'm dead set on trying to get that to work.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could just click the shit and play the music. Hold on, let me see if the music even works. If the music works, we'll just do it like that. Let's see. All right. Intro music's not working either. Whatever. Let's just do it.
Dude, man.
Fuck this. Fuck this. This is so whack when we come in with no music.
I know, man. It's like a wrestler coming out with no music, you know?
Well, man, we can't keep this shit fucking going. I gotta manually do this. Here we go. What's up? Look, I still got Wicked Vic the weed back there. I'm not even set up. What's up, y'all? This is Deck One Dealt, the premier Juggalo podcast. My name is Kyle, a.k.a. Keezy, and this is my main man.
Cover law, y'all. We're just trying to get this train wreck on the rails. We're trying to get it back on the rails. We're trying to we're trying to shoot straight here, but you know
we're trying.
We are trying.
All right. Hey, what's up, Echo Sci Fiend? I see you. He said he was imagining music. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank
We
you.
need that. All right. Welcome to Deck One Dealt. We are here. We're queer, and we're ready to.
And we have no fear.
I was gonna say ready to have a beer.
Oh well. Not this early, shit.
I know, I'm just kidding. I had too many beers last night. The reason we're late today, like I told DC Fago guy tweeted, which shout out to DC Fago, all right, man. We love that guy. He tweeted this morning like
DC.
He's like, I got my coffee, I got my Switch, I'm ready for some Deck One Dealt. This is at like 10 o'clock. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're a little early for us, but I mean, if it was up to me, we'd be doing this shit at like 7:30 in the morning. Not today, but today the reason I told him I was like, we'll be live around 11:30.
Yeah.
At 12:30, 1 hour later, we're just now going live. Mainly because I got drunk last night and I never do, and I felt like shit this morning, but.
Yeah, it's never fun, man. It's never fun having a hangover, going to work, getting up, doing shit.
Oh, yeah. If I had to go to work today, I'd definitely call it off.
Yeah.
It sucked. But, you know, fucking grown-ass man. I get up and do my Juggalo podcast.
Yeah, man. I mean,
I do my
shit.
grown man shit, like my
Yeah.
ICP podcast.
Fuck yeah. Grown man shit, man. I'm a grown man out here, man. Y'all don't know me.
Oh, shit.
I'm grown, man. You ever, like, get in arguments with people and, like, they say that?
Yeah, I've heard that.
Like, man, I'm a grown man. You don't know me, man. I'm like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything?
I don't care how grown you are. I guess you're either going to beat me up or I'm going to beat you up.
Exactly. Or we'll just squash it right here. But, like, yeah, it doesn't matter how grown you are. I'm a grown man, man. Are you telling yourself that? Or are you telling me that? Because, I mean, like, I don't know what's going on here.
I watch a lot of, like, fight videos and shit. My favorite, I get on Reddit. My favorite subreddit is Public Freakout. And my favorite is when people fight at, like, McDonald's.
Oh, my God.
I love that shit.
I've seen that shit, yeah.
But people are always, like, saying some wacky, stupid shit when they're actually fighting. So I do love it. No.
I've seen one at McDonald's where the chick walked around the counter.
Oh, yeah.
Like, to the back.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. Dude, I just watched one a couple days ago where this chick, this, like, pretty sexy, like, black chick, she literally was in the drive-thru, and she climbed in the window. Like, she was in the car. She climbed through the window because she wanted some ranch. And she was barefoot, too.
Holy shit.
And walked through, like, was walking, like, through the fucking McDonald's, like, the back area, and, like, check, I just want my fucking ranch or whatever. And like somebody hands her some ranch. And then she goes, she didn't fight, but it was funny. She goes to climb back up through the window. And as she's sitting there, she like starts twerking.
What the fuck, dude?
It was so funny.
Oh my goodness.
I love that shit, man.
These people are wilding out here, man.
I know. Inject that shit in my veins. I love it. All right. Let me pull up the, oh fuck, I just realized we didn't have the chat over here so you could see it. Where is it? I know I can put it over here somehow. Other than that, man, what's been going on? You good? I mean, I don't want dead air.
I'm all right, man. I just got the news that one of my friends from my I met a buddy from my last job when I was butchering, and I found out he's been homeless for the past year.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, man, been homeless for the past year, and he's actually diagnosed schizophrenic, like legit. Shit. He's a diagnosed schizophrenic, and
don't panic.
Yeah, I didn't know it at the time when we were like working together.
Yeah,
but like he definitely had some weird things about him that I was kind of questioning, and I thought maybe he was like slightly autistic or something, and he told me he had concussions, but. Yeah, it's a little weird too because it lines up with the last time I talked to him, like it was about a year ago.
Interesting.
And then he just ghosted. Like I don't know.
He just left like work, stopped coming in and shit.
Well, he had gotten fired, but I was still talking to him, and then like all of a sudden I couldn't get a hold of him. So it lines up about the last time I talked to him. About a year
sucks,
ago.
man. I hope he figures it out, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
Does he watch? Bro, I know you watch this Juggalo podcast. Like, we got your back.
Yeah, but for the people out there that have any type of schizophrenic in their family, shit like that, I know that shit's rough. They take it's a lot of special attention for those kind of people, man. It's a rough living.
That is rough, man. Sorry to hear that. Well,
but other than that, man, I just not much, man.
Just been kicking it.
Did watch the UFO Twitch stream, ICP Twitch stream last week.
I do want to get into that. We got several things to get into. But since our Juggalo is waiting, you want to go ahead and knock that out?
Yeah. Let's do that.
All right. So we do have an origin story once again lined up today. Let's see if my technical difficulties will
allow us to invite the origin story into the deck.
All right, so I'm gonna let's get Al in here. Let's see how this goes. Hey, Al, I see you. Let me put you on the screen here. Pinch second screen. There you are.
Okay, I need to. So new territory for me.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on. I gotta adjust this volume real quick. All right. New territory. You're doing great. I can hear you. You look good. All right.
No echo or anything like that?
No. Let's turn. There it is. This one. No echo. You're sounding great. Thank you.
Yeah, everything looks good.
Hot dog. Wow. I'm actually here, guys. I'm on deck 1 Delt. I am living the dream right now.
Look at you.
Hell yeah. Glad to have you.
Yeah. Thanks for coming. We appreciate you hanging, waiting in the wings for us with our late asses. So we appreciate you.
Hey, I ain't doing shit. This was what I had planned for today, so I'm geeked.
Hell yeah, that's what's up. Here, I'm gonna see if this works. I regretted doing this last week. Oh, okay, there we go. I know people don't want to just see our ugly mugs, so I figured
Hey, now come on, we all here together. All three of us ugly mugs, we here.
I figured I'd get you on here. That way people can see you in all your glory here. All right.
Right, do what you want to. As
There
long
you
as I
go.
don't have to do shit, that makes it easy for me.
You don't gotta do shit, but talk to us. You're good.
Right.
So Al, nice to meet you. Thanks for joining us.
You got a lot of plant life in the background. I see there.
Yeah. That's kind of tied into like my story and all that, but I fucking love plants.
Does that help the oxygen, like the air in the room? Does that like?
God, I hope so.
Yeah, I've heard
Yeah.
that though. I mean,
I'm
I've heard
pretty sure
that.
It does. Yeah. There are just some plants me and some of my friends just kind of gathered, and I love them very much, and they somehow survive with me, and I'm happy for
Well,
that.
you got some creeping. Some of them it's creeping over there. They're creeping ivy. What is that? Is that what you call?
Yeah, so let's see. I've got an ivy, which is this like darker one over here, if I'm pointing correctly.
Yeah.
And then, wait, hold on. Camera motion. There we go. And that one back there, that's like a pothos.
Oh, cool.
Those are like one of my favorites. It's like the first house plant I was able to like keep alive.
My grandma sweared up and down that she would play like classical music, and it helped the plants like grow better and things like that. She sweared that. It was crazy.
No, I believe that very strongly
Yeah.
because, I might just be like a crazy fucking stoner, but plants are, they pick up on that energy.
Yeah, I would
I
think so.
I feel like you guys would agree that like music has energy to it,
Oh yeah. I mean, what's better than Juggalo plants?
There you go.
Welcome to the Juggalo garden, baby.
How you think Yum Yum came about?
I mean, yeah, man.
Exactly. And what fucking profound timing too.
Right.
Like,
We might be able to, if we concentrate, play and actually create some sort of yum Juggalo plan in the future.
I mean, who's to say it doesn't already exist?
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Right? Sky's the limit, baby.
Well, I'm glad we could get plant talk going here. But nevertheless, we are happy you're joining us because you went to Juggalo Weekend. Am I right?
Hell yeah, I did.
Oh man,
Like,
I bet you that was awesome.
right, and just to state up front, like, I have not been to shit before, so like I am just gonna be like, this is the best night of my fucking life. Like,
Hell yeah.
So
yeah,
it's
such an amazing weekend. There was just some really cool shit that happened all weekend long.
so for your first Juggalo event, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So
Oh, yeah.
I was born in 1988, so I'm about around y'all's.
Yeah,
age
yeah,
in
you're
that-
close. Yeah.
in that area. But I have mostly like lived on the internet while like working and doing my other jobs and shit in the past. So yeah, I never really like went to a lot of concerts. So it's kind of like a whole new world, but it's familiar at the same time, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah,
so that said, then so first of all, are you from or near the Tucson area?
Yeah, I actually live in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Shout out to my 505 family, who I probably have not met in person yet because I'm a fucking hermit, but shout out nonetheless.
All right, that's cool. So yeah, a hop, skip, and a jump away for you. That was a no-brainer.
Yeah, a nice little drive. Drive out was a lot easier than drive back, but that is probably another story for another time. But yeah, it was. I drove out actually on the 17th, right? Because it's fucking Juggalo Day.
Yeah, you're 17.
And I just, I knew there were a lot of things like I probably could have done, but I just wanted to just make that drive out about like, this is my Juggalo Day. Like,
yeah.
This is like the first big thing for me. And fucking Wicked Vic came out. I bumped that shit all the way there. Like, I was feeling that shit. That was such that, it's such fucking, like, do you guys love road tripping? I
Oh
love
yeah,
that shit.
hell yeah, that's good shit.
Yeah, it's like you're in your own like little like just fucking little spaceship. You play your music.
So did you, I mean, it sounds like, did you go out there alone or did you go with some friends?
Yeah, I tried to invite a couple of my homies, but life's fucking complicated. Everybody's busy, but it worked out really well for me that way.
Okay.
Because I'm a big worrier, and I'd probably be worrying about what other people are doing instead of just focusing on my own shit.
Okay. So it's
so
cathartic,
I
therapeutic for you then.
Very much.
Yeah, sometimes that's the
very
best way
much.
to do it. Just by yourself and just take the time for yourself and do it.
It's necessary. I think everybody needs to do that at least once.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's really cool. So you're like, fuck it, I'm going to Juggalo Weekend. I don't care who's going with me. I got Wicked Vic in the car. I'm seeing some fucking ICP. So
Hell yeah.
with this being your first ICP event, is it safe to assume that you're fairly new to the Juggalo community?
Yeah, like the best way I can describe it is like I'm a new Juggalo, but I have an old Juggalo soul.
Yeah.
Like, I was born and raised here in Albuquerque, and there's a shitload of Juggalos in the 505, man. It's a big thing here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
like,
crazy.
Right. I think things are, we've had those years where everything just kind of died down, and we all had to kind of live our lives.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, so it was around a lot when I was younger. Some really important people that I only knew for a short time, just kind of brought, like, they would show me the new albums whenever they came up. Like, I knew a lot of Juggalos, but I just never spent time in those spaces for my own reason.
Okay. So
But
what?
yeah.
So that said, then, like, what was it that kind of like? So you kind of they were in the air, and you're growing up, obviously, in your community or whatever. So what was it? Do you think that you heard or you found or discovered where like you had that like aha moment where you're like, this is for me?
So I have to like think real hard here for a minute, because this is like going way back into the past. So like, it's definitely the clown thing is something that caught my attention first, I can say, because clowns are just a thing that I love. The story I love telling people is my mom told me, I can't remember if it's while she gave birth to me, I mean TMI, or like just as she went into labor, she was watching the Bozo the Clown show, right? And I fucking love that show. I remember watching that shit when I was a little
remember
kid.
that shit, yeah.
Yeah, and I watched it with my dad back in the 90s, like before, because he died like back in 97.
Okay.
So just, I have really good comfort memories with clowns, even like the crazy like murder clowns. So
That's cool. Killer
Yeah, I
Clowns
would
from Outer
say
Space,
that's kind of-
probably.
say again?
Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. That
Yeah.
one creeped me out when I was a kid,
Yeah.
but I loved watching it again. Like, I watched it last year sometime.
Yeah, I
I
did too
love that
last year
show.
around Halloween.
It holds
I
up,
watched-
man.
It's a great movie. I love that shit.
Clowns are my thing, man.
It's funny, like the opposite of Lori last week. She was terrified of clowns.
Yeah.
Just only ICP.
Yeah, a lot of people say that. It's like, they're afraid of clowns. It's fine. It's good to finally get someone to say, "Oh, I love clowns."
Yeah.
Right. And and I find that really interesting too, because like I'm just like I love how interesting like our individual experiences are. And I can only wonder, like, why is it that clowns scare people? Like, why?
Yeah, I've never understood
I understand there's a good reason for them somewhere in there, but yeah, no, I'm just fascinated that
Yeah.
But it's
I'm glad that I love clowns.
it's an actual like mental. It's like a diagnosed thing, right? Like if people that are afraid of clowns.
Was it
is
called colorophoria or something?
yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, I don't know, but I was like that. I mean, it's an actual diagnosis of people afraid of a specific thing, like clowns. Is pretty crazy.
That is.
Yeah, like the phobia or whatever.
Yeah. It was funny, interesting. Ecoside Fiend said, "My dad was officer friendly on the Grand Rapids, Michigan version of Bozo."
Oh wow, that's kind of cool.
That's weird. First of all, I didn't know there was like local sets of Bozo
Yeah.
going on. I thought it was just like
Right?
I thought Bozo was the Bozo.
Yeah.
I didn't know like it was
Right?
like
if there's a new Bozo the Clown show coming up, like sign me up.
right.
I'm ready.
Is this like
for
is
it.
this like a Santa situation where like they're all Santa, they're all Bozo, I don't know.
the secret Bozo?
Funny story. We here in our city, we had a public access channel, which there was a clown show on. Do you remember that?
Yes, it was like the fat drunk. Right?
Yeah. He was like this drunk fat clown that would show pornography on the channel, and it was disturbing.
He
It
would
was-
just like laugh at it.
It was very, very disturbing. I forget. Was it Angsto?
Angsto.
Was it Angsto?
It was.
Yeah. It was like, and I remember that from when I was a kid.
Yeah. I mean, Damon Zex was kind of a clown too, but he was a different kind of clown. But our public access was wild back in the
Yeah, it
early
really
90s,
was.
man.
Dude, public access had some of like the most mind-blowing shit, and the kind of stuff where you don't even remember watching it, but like one day you're just like laying around and you're like, oh God, that happened.
Yeah.
That was like YouTube
Yeah,
before
exactly.
YouTube, Like
Oh God, yeah, the old school like baby YouTube.
it was like these weirdos that just had like or they maybe had the idea to go like hit up their public access channel. Like, I want people are gonna fucking hear me.
Yeah.
Like just the weirdest motherfuckers ended up on there. It's so weird.
Right? In a weird sense, I like to think about that. That's just like some other like random person's like art in a sense, you know, because like juggalos know it's fun to just kind of like make people go like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah. That's one of the best parts of being a juggalo.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, hell yeah. Like,
yeah, speaking of, like, I know we're getting into the weeds here, but our public access, Angsto was interesting, but I mentioned Damon Zex. He was this crazy, like, dude. He wore, like, black and white face paint, like a clown almost.
He kind of looked like a mixture between Crow and the Joker. He kind of had that vibe. He was
very weird. He would often have, like, a scantily clad woman, and like, he would, like, eat her or pretend to lick and eat her used tampons and shit. And it was
fucking hilarious.
It was disturbing.
He would like it was just him like drinking and like a montage of him like him laughing and drinking and weird like psychedelic effects and him getting the funniest one, dude, was he got right in the camera. Like, I'm not kidding you, like this close to the camera. The entire 20-minute episode was him cussing. Just saying bad words. He's like, I'm gonna fuck your fucking ass with a tire iron, you fucking piece of shit.
God.
It was like, wild. And I'm like 10 watching it.
Are we talking about public access thing?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm like, I'm enjoying the story.
He was a maniac.
And again, kids could access this. All you had to do was turn it to channel 21 and like, I'm a kid watching this.
It was crazy.
God, I missed that shit. You know what? That's kind of why, like, have you guys tuned into any of the ICP network stuff yet?
Some of it, yeah.
Yeah, like, I kind of get almost that old school, like...
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, that's a great point. That's a great comparison.
It's kind of like Juggalo MTV of the future, you know?
Yeah, we were just talking about that because, like, we said, like, part of the fun of watching those is, like, the complete spectacle of these guys putting on a show because they don't know what they're doing. They're trying really hard.
Yeah.
Or do they?
Maybe. They're trying really hard and like they got it, but it's just so like they did not work out any kinks prior. So it's like you know how
I relate to that so much.
Yeah,
right?
and that's what's great about it. It is has a very public access vibe. That's you hit the nail on the head. But we were saying that's part of it.
I'm there for that shit.
Hell yeah. We're here for it too. All right. Anyways, sorry, we got off some public access bullshit here. But
yeah. Oh, well, I'm having fun. I hope everybody else having fun down there.
So we got a little bit into it. So Juggalo shit was in the air when back to Juggalo origin.
Yeah.
But you said you really started coming into being a Juggalo really like fairly recently, like within the past few years or so.
I would say in the last year specifically was really important because you know, just my own backstory. I was in a relationship with someone for about 16 years. And, you know, it was a good relationship.
That's a long run right there.
I still love them very, very much, you know, but we just have to, you know, for me, that we've been together since we were teenagers, you know, I've never got to experience being my own individual.
Okay.
Anyway, TLDR, where was I? So yeah, I had just gotten out of that relationship. And that for me was a very scary thing because that's just kind of what I had built my life around. And it was hard not having that. So I just really just started tuning back into music. And I don't know. I was like, well, what the fuck? I'll just like see what's going on with ICP and then Yum Yum Lure dropped last year, right? Or was that 2020?
I think it would have been 2020. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I think Yum Yum's Lure is just kind of like, well, it's nice to see that they're doing something new. You know, I haven't really peeped at them lately. And, you know, and it just kind of went from there. And I just have been fascinated because it just really speaks to me in a way.
Yeah. Was there any certain, like maybe a specific song that on Lure that kind of like really like opened that door? Or was it like just the out?
I have to actually pull up my little playlist really quick because I can't remember titles on albums worth a damn.
That's all right. Well, so, the reason I'm asking is because, I'm also curious, like, you know, prior to ICP, like what had been scratching that itch for you music wise, like in your during your relationship?
Man, so my music has just been kind of all over the place. I throughout the years just listened to whatever felt good. So I've had a big like gosh, what genre is like? Do you guys know Dragon Force? That like
Okay.
super
Oh,
fast,
yeah.
or, like,
yeah, like speed
so,
metal.
Yeah.
yeah, I've had
Yeah,
like
it's like technical math, kind of math metal, like
yeah,
very
math metal.
technical.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's a good, I like that. I also had a big like cyber goth phase. That was a bit like aesthetically, I love that shit.
Sure.
Mhm.
Like Eisenfunk and like the people just like doing the arm dances and shit. Like,
That's great. That shit's
fucking
funny.
good shit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and Gorillas was another really big
Oh
influence
yeah.
for me growing up.
Cool.
I would say like in like early 2000s when Gorillas first came on, you know, they had their Clint Eastwood music video on MTV.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like I saw that.
Finally,
and, like, I fucking
someone
love
let me
cartoons.
out of my cage. Huh.
Mhm.
Yeah, I love that shit.
I love it.
I had just recently got my wife hip to Gorillas, and she didn't really know the whole kind of story and their gimmick, and I was showing her that, and it blew her mind.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
It's a great time to be alive right now because
Mhm.
a lot of things that felt really good when I was a kid that I kind of lost touch with, it's back now. I'm like, I feel like I'm cool again.
Right.
Mhm.
It's kind of weird. And not to mention, like, you know, media and society is kind of like, they realize there's like this huge, like, boom with like nostalgia and 90s. And like, so everything's coming back. And, you know, that it's in the air, you know? So it's kind of easy to kind of just fall back into that shit, you know?
I'm
Right.
hoping we're in society, you know, economically and politically. I'm hoping we're heading towards a new Roaring 20s.
Oh, yeah.
I believe that very strongly.
Yeah.
I have no way to explain it, but I just feel very strongly there's some very important changes going on right now.
Yeah.
Like life's good. We just have to outlast the bullshit as we
Right.
always
Mhm.
have.
Yeah, this is definitely best time to be alive, I'd say.
I'm glad I made it this far, man.
Mhm.
I mean, we might see the end, but, you know, while we're here, we're going to enjoy it.
Hey, what next best
Right?
thing to seeing it begin is seeing it end.
You got it.
Right? Birth to earth.
That's
Mhm.
right. All right. So back to it. So you were looking at Yum Yum's lore. Was there anything on there that really spoke to you, or was it maybe just that kind of reinvigorated it for you?
So the way I kind of went into it with an intention,
Mm.
because around 2020, like I had started smoking weed again, which, you know, for whatever reasons I hadn't touched for years. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna get lit and just listen to this album and just see how it makes me feel. So, you know, there's just something about the way they put the music together that caught me first. But I do have some favorites. Like Afraid of Life was a good one. I think that's the one where they have
Alien Ant Farm.
Alien Ant, yes, because that was another just very felt memory. Like we all know that fucking song. I can't think of the name, but what was the really big alien ant?
Smooth Criminal.
Smooth Criminal, yes.
Criminal.
Yeah, like just hearing that voice again, I was
Yeah.
like, I love this.
It was that's probably the standout track on that album. So I feel that. Like,
Yeah, I did like that track.
so that kind of sparked that nostalgia and scratched that
Yeah,
itch
like-
again.
Like, and I dare say, like, if these gents do know what they're doing, I feel like that's super intentional.
Oh yeah,
some
I'd say
level.
so.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That was a good one. And then Candyman, that's a bop, but it's about poop.
Uh,
But I fucking love that.
It's about poop. I didn't know
Blast
that.
shit in the car. Yeah, so there's some bangers on Yum Yum's lore.
Yeah, you
And
know
I
what? We
had
never officially did that album. We should
Well,
do that someday.
I've been people in our comments have been saying to go back and re-listen to that album because I think we kind of just brushed over it. But now that we're kind of this deep into the Yum Yum era, we probably should go back and actually like give that one another chance.
Yeah, for sure.
Sometimes me, I'll just say this for me. Sometimes me listening to ICP so long, some of their new stuff I just brush over, you know. But
Yeah.
I do try to come around to it eventually.
Yeah, and I think that's important because, like, so I'm just gonna like say something out loud. And you tell me if it like is kind of. It's like you're trying to find something how you felt like when you were like it was the big ICP days, but it's
Mhm.
just this doesn't feel right, and that's it. I don't even know what I'm rambling about, but does that?
We know what
resonate?
you mean.
Oh yeah, that's probably one of the biggest issues why I kind of stopped listening to ICPs. I just didn't get that feeling anymore. But
Yeah, you're looking for
what's
something.
happening now is I'm getting these new feelings and these new memories, and I think it's kind of like a new era of, you know, the appreciation of ICP and kind of what they've done.
Yeah, for sure.
And what they're still doing.
I mean, that's essentially like the reason we do this show. It's because we started feeling that, you know, like we started like when Fred came out, like we were talking about it, and like, you know, it was in the air, and we were like, let's try this, and like it's the coolest part about doing this show. We found so many juggalos like you who are they've kind of caught the same train and are riding it with us, you know, and it's great. And I don't mean because of us. I mean, they're just on the same train we're on, which is great, you know?
Yeah, you know, I actually just remembered, I think this was kind of in the earlier days of y'all starting the YouTube channel. And that was also kind of when I was finally like, all right, I got to figure this Juggalo shit out. I apologize if you can hear my dogs barking, by the way.
Oh, we hear it. Yeah, it's all right.
Oh, it's fun.
So yeah, I remember like when I saw y'all doing your shit, I'm like, I am so glad they're doing this, because even though like I was not like living, you know, in like the Juggalo world or, you know, whatever back then, like I understood how important it was for people who really needed it. So I was like, man, I'm so glad these guys are doing this, because, you know, whatever I don't even know what people call it. Like the Juggalo culture just kind of went into sleep mode for a while.
Yeah.
And it's important to have guys like you to kind of bring up old Juggalos, just get them going again, and to just make it feel like a welcoming environment.
Yeah. And that, you know, that, we appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. And that's kind of, I mean, that's exactly what we set out to do.
Right. And, you know, I love the fresh setup now. Like, you guys are doing great. I'm so proud of you guys.
Well, I mean, we're riding on the backs of folks like, you know, DC Fago guy. I see him in the chat. He's, you know, people like him and Roan over on Beneath Dirt. Like, there's a lot of really cool juggalos like doing like more like grown up juggalo like shit now, which is cool.
Right. And we can help. Like, I just think it's so cool that any of this is going on. There's some good shit going on.
It's a good vibe in the Juggalo community right now. So and we're happy for it.
Life is good, man.
That's right. So yes. I think we've did we just scratch the surface of your Juggalo origin? We pretty much got that.
Yeah,
right?
because I think that was kind of mostly my backstory.
Yeah.
Because we just started the Juggalo Weekend shit.
Oh yeah. So Juggalo Weekend, I did watch. We're going to talk about it here in a little bit too, and skim through some videos. But we saw. I did see that there's like video footage of both concerts. I was under the impression, I thought the '80s concert they were going to like come out and do like some '80s shit, like, but they were just in costume and had the full band, which, don't get me wrong, was fucking cool.
Yeah.
But being there, first of all, let me ask this. This is my biggest question. Like, what did it feel like with the band? Like, do you think it added anything, or do you think they were just kind of like there for a prop? Or how do you feel about that?
So you might have to clarify which band this is for me, because I was in a different headspace during. So
okay, so the band, like, I watched the '80s show, and they had like a drummer, and they had the guitarist there, and
do you remember the name?
No, I don't. They were like,
because the names I recall,
they were playing with ICP during ICP's show.
Let's see, because there was Roadside Ghost that played that night. There was Drop D.
Oh, okay.
Gosh, yeah, me and names is very complicated.
It's all right. So
how I felt, like I was kind of just living on the feeling. There's something. Sorry.
There's some magic at them shows. I know how you feel.
Like, I would say I felt like I was in a different world, like in a sense, like I time traveled like back to the 70s. Like,
I mean,
because legit whole show, like I was just like fucking dancing. There was a carpet in the Rialto when I went in there. It was gone when I was done.
Oh, wow.
I danced so hard I fucking lost my wig. Literally, it's in fucking Tucson, Arizona somewhere.
That's the definition of cutting a rug.
Absolutely.
Holy shit, right? I fucking atomized that rug.
That's cool. So it sounds. So you probably met some really cool people there and hung out and.
Oh yeah. So let's see. I want to kind of
take us through. Put us there. You know, tell us how your experience was.
So first, I want to share like getting to Tucson, Arizona, because something interesting happened that I didn't notice at the time, but like I noticed later. So I was planning to just like camp in my car, because, you know, like I scrub it, man. I'm a broke old bitch, and I'm kind of cool with it. So I was ready to just sleep in my car. I felt perfectly safe with that. But driving in, my mom's like, please just let me get to a hotel, because she's my mama. You know, I love her very much. And I was like, okay, if that will make you feel, I'm all right. So I just let her select it, because I was driving. And I ended up at the Days Inn. And what is interesting is the one over there is the address is 665 something something. And I'm
Oh,
like,
wow.
how fucking interesting
That is,
that just
yeah.
because, yeah, I just went with it. Yeah. So,
That's cool.
and then so I got ready. I didn't really do anything that day. I just kind of got loaded in my room. This is still the 17th. So 18th was the big hair night. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go all out. I'm going to put on my paint. I'm just going to wear whatever the hell I feel like wearing. I spent all day just listening to all kinds of shit. I was listening to a lot of Lordy that day. Have you ever listened to Lordy? Fucking love him.
Lordy, that's a band?
Yeah, Lordy, you should check him out
All right.
sometime. I'm bad on like naming genres, but they're fun.
Okay.
They're very like costume and visuals as well. But
All right.
yeah, so I just like really felt what I was doing, and then I went out for the night. Or actually, right before I went out, I just kind of peeped at Instagram, and ICP had put on their little storyline that a Whoop Dub stand had been set up at a place called Liquor Dan.
Oh,
right?
and that's their beer, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. The Whoop Dub. I'm not even alcoholic. I just like got it. I don't even drink at all.
Oh, cool.
Oh, hell yeah.
Those are
Really.
sweet.
Yeah, so like legit, I'm like, these are just my treasures.
Oh,
that,
yeah. I'd have
you
done
know,
this. I'd have picked that shit up for sure.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's
So I
awesome.
was like, you know what? Just kind of thinking about ICP's history and how they like to do things. I know they love doing like little scavenger hunts. They like just having fun with shit, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I don't know where Liquor Dan is at. I'm just gonna throw it in my fucking navigator and I'm gonna go find this because I want this fucking experience. So I got over there and it's just like this tiny little place, just this little tiny little shisty little building. There's this little old lady selling her wares outside, and I'm here in my big like just fucking full on like juggalo big hair. Like
We've been there.
I'm going to be noticed if I walk in there, right?
Oh yeah.
So I was like, fuck it, I'm here. So I went in, and of course I'm like, I can't see no fucking stand. So I have to now walk the aisles
Yep.
as like this fucking juggalo.
And God,
like,
and God forbid you have to talk to somebody.
no, so legit. So I was like, I can't find it. I have to ask somebody.
Yeah, right.
I have to go to somebody and ask, where's the Whoop Dub at? But I went to the counter. I have the receipt, so I can like totally shout out good old Juan at Liquor Dan.
Shout out
like,
Juan,
hey,
thanks.
y'all got any Whoop Dub? And so he's just like pointing, like doesn't say anything, like points over on the floor. So there's like a couple like little cardboard cartons with the Whoop Dub, and I'm like, So I got a first pack. I got Punk Slap, and I was like, okay, here we go. And I totally got hooked up with like a little fucking Whoop Dub keychain.
Oh wow, cool.
Yeah, like
I didn't even know they
have a
had that.
sticker. Yeah. So like that's kind of, I guess that's kind of like a reward for just fucking going and doing it and not being afraid to.
Sure.
Yeah. So and then I actually went back for the Ned Went and Blue Balls just because I like pink and blue and balance. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I got that too, and I was like, oh god, that was so much fun. Like, anyway.
So right off the bat,
Sorry.
right off the bat,
I'll
you're
tell the
the
story.
first thing you're doing is getting beer.
Of course, right? I fucking threw it in the trunk though because I don't know. I've never enjoyed the feeling of being drunk myself.
Yeah, I get that.
And I say that without judgment.
No, I get that. 100%. Weed, beer. I get
You
it.
know what? Some people just love getting smashed. It's fun.
I get it.
Yeah.
Like it's fun for we have our vices.
That's right.
I'm a red
Yes.
wine kind of guy these days.
I can enjoy I love my fucking sweet drinks. If I'm drinking, I'm gonna be getting like the fucking bright neon colored like fruit drinks.
I'm the
like,
same.
I don't care. I feel like I look cool when I drink it.
I rarely drink, but we went out drinking last night, and I like I said, I got drunk. But the similar vibe, I was like, what fruity drinks do y'all have? Because like they didn't have a cocktail menu, and we saw a guy get a green drink. We were like, what is that? And that guy was like, it's a liquid marijuana.
Shit.
I was like, okay.
I was literally gonna tell you guys, liquid marijuana is one of my favorite drinks.
Really? That's
Holy
shit.
so weird.
Never heard of it.
Well, I never heard of it either, and I told
Yeah,
like
it's
my
not
my
crazy.
my friend Paula was with us, and she was the one that asked him what it was, and she came back. She's like, it was a liquid marijuana. I was like, I want that, but there's no fucking way in hell I'm going up to that bar and saying, oh, I'll have one liquid marijuana, please. Like, get the fuck out of here with that shit. That sounds like so dumb.
Yeah.
It's such a dumb name, but
Oh my god, no shit.
but it was
Yes,
it
I
was
used
really
to work-
good.
They need
I
to come
used
up
to
with a better
work at
name.
Ross. And me and my boss, his name is Gabe. He's a real cool guy. We used to just talk about shit, and I told him, yeah, we were just like out in the store, and I was like fixing clothes. I'm like, yeah, my favorite drink's liquid marijuana, and he's like, I'm like, there's no weed in it. It's just
Yeah.
alcohol.
Such a weird name.
I'm just thinking of like a smoothie, like you're dumping buds in a blender with like yogurt and shit, and just
I mean, I'm sure that nowadays the liquid marijuana as a drink can now become much more powerful than
Oh,
once
yeah.
it was.
yeah, I bet.
All right.
Yeah, it's just like this neon green. It's got like pineapple juice. I can't remember what.
It's got like
booze
it had like Seagrams and
it's tasty.
Malibu rum and blue carousel or whatever however you say it. It was good though. It was good shit.
No, I guess I do drink, but I just like to make it fun for myself.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right, so you got your beers. You're ready to go see
Now
some
we're gonna get
Juggalo
our
shit.
ass down to the Rialto. Is what's going on? So I just like parked at like some museum, and I legit just let my like phone navigator kind of just tell me where to go, and and I'm like aware of my surroundings and all that shit. I didn't think about it too much.
Sure.
So I just had like my bag of stuff, and I found the Rialto, and there was already like a big ass line, but holy shit, I had fun just being in line because
Oh,
everything
yeah.
was so new to
Were they
me,
throwing
like,
Fago and shit?
no Fago had rained upon me while I was there.
Ooh, let me ask: is
Um,
Fago available down there? Like, I know some places it's really hard to find. I wasn't sure.
I could not find any
Mm.
like when I was like actively looking for
Okay,
it, but
okay.
I'm sure Fago was involved somewhere in this weekend that I didn't notice.
Of course.
But so yeah, like we were waiting in line. There were a couple people like dressed up as fucking like Roxo, Dr. Roxo. Fucking, I have on my Instagram.
Oh,
I
he's
have
the
a
guy's
really-
like, I love cocaine.
I love cocaine. Yeah, I love cartoons, so
Sure.
that's what caught my attention. I have a really good like picture that someone in line took for me with me and Dr. Roxo and how
Sweet.
I was dressed up that night. Yeah, good shit. And God, and there was I experienced a lot of really random things. I noticed a lot of shit.
Okay. So wait, the thing was they were going to give the Devil in Leather cassette to everyone who dressed up like a rocker, right? Or at least, or I don't know. I don't think they're. Oh, nice.
Hell
Oh, you got
yeah.
a CD? I haven't seen that. That's
Hell
cool.
yeah, like dead ass. I was like, I want to hear this. I ripped it open. It's good.
Yeah, that's
yo.
awesome.
Did they have cassettes actually?
I didn't notice cassettes. Like I was so in the headspace. Someone just like handed me a CD, and I was like, oh wow.
Oh yeah.
I think I'm pretty sure they had. I've seen a cassette. I don't know if it was fan made. I guess I don't know, but
Yeah, I imagine there would be cassettes because that's
Yeah.
like totally an like our generation sort of thing.
Sure,
yeah,
yeah.
it fits in
Love
that
shit.
whole.
Cassettes are coming
80s.
back. I bet you.
Oh.
anything. They're
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
have
Oh, yeah.
versions of that.
unfortunately, the shittiest sounding medium. But whatever.
Right, but to us it was like the most amazing thing back in the day. Like holy shit, I can record a fucking like song off the radio
Right.
Oh, yeah.
onto
Yep.
this little thing and bring it with me.
Yeah,
So-
oh yeah, I did that whole. I mean, I grew up doing that shit.
So people were
Hell
dressed.
yeah,
People. A lot of
Good
people.
memory.
A lot of people were dressed up. Were you? So it sounds like you were dressed up too, right?
Yeah, I feel like there was a mixed crowd. There were a lot of people just there in their ICP gear, like mixed crowd. We all had a lot of fun. I met some people, which unfortunately I was so in my space, I didn't really think to like get contacts or any, but I feel like I'll probably run into them again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, keep
Like,
going
yeah,
to
I
shows.
remember-
You'll see him again.
Yeah, I was just having fun hanging out in line, everyone whooping at each other. Just I don't know. And I didn't really care about like how like crazy I was being because whatever, I'm in fucking like costume,
No
Nobody's
judgment.
gonna care
Well,
what the
yeah,
fuck I am.
that's the whole thing about ICP shows or just Juggalo shows. It's like you can be whatever you want. I've taken friends that weren't ICP fans to shows, and that's exactly what they said. It's like, man, I can just act any way I want, and nobody cares or judges or even
Yeah.
looks twice.
Yeah, like there is something I noticed that was kind of like upsetting. Is it okay if I talk about this? It's like weird for
Go
how
ahead.
Yeah, so I just remember I was standing there in line, just like having a really good time. And there's this homeless guy that came over with his dog, and he was just sitting there with his sign. And I was like, you know what? I'm kind of riding on the charity of the universe myself. I have some money in my pocket. I understand that I'll be, so I just, gave him a little bit of money. and I feel good. I forgot the name of his dog. Fucking. But anyway.
Oh, he's gonna be pissed if that you forgot that. He's gonna be so pissed.
I'm so sorry to his baby. I will. I know. I will remember if I meant to. But yeah, I remember I did that, and I felt good about doing that. And I just remember, and I don't know if anyone else did anything, and just something about that felt off for, just for what being a juggalo is about. I think like a lot of juggalos.
I see.
A lot of us remember being in a place like that at some point in our lives,
Yeah, I guess that's a good observation. I think that is something to be, a little concerned. Like, come on, Jugs.
Yeah. Like, I mean, it did not ruin my evening. It was just like an observation. Like, you know what? I feel like this is such an important, we all were there in some way.
Yeah.
And I think as juggalos, it's important. We need to change that and kind of promote, like at least being like, hey, you fucking rich motherfucker spending $200+ on a show. You can't offer this dude like your fucking pocket change.
Right.
Like,
yeah, that's a good point.
I think that's, like, would you agree that that's something that we could benefit from promoting moving forward? Like,
yeah, I agree.
Where this is coming from? I'm just like,
no, it's a good point. What do you think, Carver? You think?
Oh, I
like
think
just in general as people,
Yeah.
I think homelessness and mental illness is a huge problem in this country, and like, yeah, I mean, there's definitely something has to happen because it's getting worse and worse and worse.
So yeah, but as far as juggalos, I think that we can all probably I think all juggalos are. Every juggalo has a good heart. I truly believe that. Like,
yes.
If you would call yourself a juggalo, I do believe that you do have a good heart. So that said, I don't think there's anything wrong at all with promoting just general kindness. To if nothing else to make us look good. And I think that the food drives and shit that juggalos have done have kind of contributed to that. So for what it's worth, maybe that was maybe the juggalos there either weren't aware.
I'm not saying that, I don't think anyone did anything wrong,
Yeah.
I think I'm just bewildered, like, why. I think we need to be better about just noticing when someone who could use a little bit of help is just sitting right in front of us.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Like, I don't think anyone was doing it from a place of malice, because I think we've all had that experience of like, I don't really have a lot to give, and yeah, so sorry, I just needed to kind of explore that, because that just is something that there's a lot of shit I don't remember very clearly.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I'm reminded as you're describing this, like we've been to a lot of ICP shows in our town, and you'll know what I'm talking about. We have it's right in the heart of downtown is where most of the Juggalo shows take place, where a lot of our homeless people are, and many times we've been waiting in line, seeing people in the street.
Oh yeah, same homeless people would come, would walk the Juggalo line every single show. It'd be the same homeless people.
There was a guy he would rap. He was a homeless guy who would rap. We called him like the rapping bum, I think.
Yeah, I think even Juggalos got together and helped him like put together an album or something.
Really?
I think so. He did. He put out an album.
I never heard that.
Yeah.
He would just come up. He would have his change cup, and he would just drop little rhymes like, I don't know where I'm going, but I know I'm gonna go. Help is on the way. And like he was just like say little raps.
That was his tagline. Help is on the way.
And he would just
and then to kind of double back, I would say that. Sorry, I recently understand that because people are homeless does not mean that they're necessarily suffering.
Oh yeah,
they just need help with getting a little bit of food, maybe a place to stay if they need it. But I realized that I don't know. I feel like I used to have a judgment on I feel unsafe around homeless. Just
yeah.
I guess all I have to say is that people are very good in general. I think. People do have, like you said, juggalos, we have good hearts.
Yeah. But you know what? I bet if you'd have been like, hey, juggalos, let's help this guy out. A bunch of juggalos probably because juggalos are
fucking shit on me for not saying anything, asshole. Like,
I didn't mean
my thing. I'm gonna be like, what the fuck? Y'all got no fucking pocket change?
I didn't
buy this guy a dinner.
That's funny. I didn't mean it like that. I'm more meaning
no. Like, see, I'm not even offended. That's important to know. I'm like. Well, shit, yeah, maybe I could have, and that would have changed that instead of me being like,
yeah, no, I'm more like I know juggalos are they're good at heart. They're just also socially awkward nerds. So you can't always expect them to speak up or to do the thing, So playing devil's advocate here. That's all.
No, I love being a devil's advocate. It has purpose. It makes people think.
Absolutely.
Because no, legit. Like I feel like normally, like if you said that to someone, like some people would be like, "Fuck you," like. But it actually helps me. That's why I love having conversations with people.
Absolutely, sure.
Right. As you can tell, I just talk about what the fuck ever, but it works for me.
Yeah, it's working. All right, so good time in line. You get in the show. You see the opening acts, and then oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I have to take the reins here.
Yes.
Because so I had not bought my ticket because I wasn't sure if I was gonna have money for like place to stay, blah blah blah. I was just I'm just gonna show up and see what happens.
Okay.
And there was something going on with like the vaccinations. I didn't have my card or anything like that, so I had to like go and like do a test, and that pulled me out of line. But like the people I were waiting in line with when I was done was doing all that. They were like right there, and they're like, "Oh yeah, come on." And then I went in and I had to like buy my ticket and all that, so I had the money for that at the gate there. Got my shit, and I unfortunately have lost it within my own mess, but I got like my little coin, super fucking dope.
Oh hell yeah!
Like, oh hell yeah, it's beautiful. I love it. And then I was in there and I'm like, okay, I know that tonight there's like an after party. There's all kinds of like crazy shit. There's going to be some bands coming up before ICP. Like I said, I haven't been to a lot of concerts. So there's a lot of shit that I don't understand about like, you need to go, I just went. So I found the back of the line, which was in like the stage area. Right. And they had some bands playing and there's a couple people over there. And I was like, you know what? I'm like at the back of the fucking line anyway, and this is kind of where the line's gonna be. So I just kind of like wandered up to the stage, like whatever. Like I forget the band that was playing, and I just kind of got into it, and that's kind of where me getting lost in the night really started. Was with the fucking just the bands that came like before the whole shebang.
Sure.
You know?
So the bands you watch all the opening acts. I'm curious about this. Like the opening acts, sure. I wouldn't mind hearing about them, but I'm mainly interested in how you felt when the lights go off and ICP is about to come out. How did that feel?
I was so high up in the sky that was just kind of, I didn't even really, okay, I have to be honest, at that point, I was like, who the fuck's ICP? I was just feeling whatever music was coming on.
Sure.
But yeah, I remember I glanced at the stage and that's where I'm like, man, I'm like back in the 70s just watching them go at it. And just, it felt so good. I had an amazing night.
Good.
Like,
that sounds awesome.
Yeah, I was quite literally, in a sense, I felt like I was in a different world. And that would be scary to me at some point in the past, but I just knew I was safe because you're around juggalos.
Sure. Let me ask this: what other than weed, were you on anything else?
No.
Okay.
Dead ass. I just had my PAX vape.
Yeah.
That's all I was running on. I haven't explored psychedelics, and because of that, I'm kind of scared to use them. Mm-hmm. And a friend of mine who has experience in that said that for your first time, probably don't do it at like a concert or something, I kind of aired away from doing that.
Carver is my psychedelic shaman. So
yes, they're important friends to have.
Yeah. So yeah, the main reason I asked that is because the way you're describing your experience, it's almost like spiritual. So you're really feeling it, and so at this point to you, it's like this isn't even about ICP anymore. You're more just like about being there, feeling it with juggalos, the vibe. It's all of that.
Yeah, like I would say I went in with, I had some expectation. Like I'm going to go here and see fucking ICP and fucking like, I love Ouija Mac, y'all.
Yeah.
That's some good shit. And I was like, so those were like the main two. I didn't really know a lot about the band. I didn't really even look at the names of the bands coming before.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very much that like, and when I started dancing, like at the beginning of the show, while there was a cover band playing, I didn't give a fuck. I was like, people are gonna like look at me and be like, what the fuck is this weirdo doing? Like, fucking, what the hell is she tripping on? Like, I already understand that people are gonna think these things about me. I just stopped giving a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, my naive ass, like, like they hand out like the set lists. And stuff.
Cool.
Wait, I don't necessarily know. So this is like the cover band that was first playing.
Okay, cool.
Right. Huh. So, and like at the time I was like, well, what the fuck is this, some kind of code? What the hell's going on? Like, I don't know.
That's kind of cool.
Then, and it mentions Drop D, which was the band that came on after. And actually, fucking all of these bands, fucking fire. And I just kept dancing, and then after each, I danced to every fucking set. And like, I got another one. And I was like, oh shit, I'm sensing a pattern. If I just keep dancing my ass off, I'll get more of these puppies.
So this is interesting to me. I like that you're showing me this because I didn't know that. Like I said, I was under the impression that ICP was going to be like doing cover 80s songs. I didn't know what to expect when I heard they were doing this 80s night. I was like, is ICP
Either.
Like that would have been cool, but I love that ICP they had cover bands doing 80s songs. That's really dope. I actually love that. And then they just came out, looked like they were going to do some 80s songs, and then just start playing like Chicken Hunting.
Dude, yeah. And then
they have guitars that they're pretending to play.
Yeah, it's important to me, right?
Yeah.
So this is the last one I got, right? Roadside Ghost. I have no idea who the fuck this is, but like I love them now. Like the song Tell Me, if you haven't listened to that from Roadside Ghost or fucking Far Away, those are good shit.
We really like, or I speak for myself, I really like the Ain't No Time song. So and that has Roadside Ghost on it.
Yes,
so,
and they're also in the video.
Oh yes, so I didn't even know they were doing. I guess I should have assumed they do their own music. Until this moment, I didn't even think about looking them up. But that's interesting. I will check that out.
That's how it is. You're not interested until you get curious about it.
Yeah,
that's cool.
So have you ever been? Do you follow any type of like jam bands or anything, or like going to like kind of like hippie jam band festivals? I think you do real well there.
Oh, okay.
In those types.
In all honesty, I don't even know what that is. That's just how new to this world I am.
Yeah. Well, like like a jam band, like Grateful Dead or Fish or things like that. Like, you know what I mean? The crowds there are very, very much like that. Just nonstop dancing and developing a oneness to where like everybody is like a single consciousness and everybody is just
how the hell do we get juggalos to do this, damn it?
On one like wavelength.
Yeah, I like that. I've never heard of that before, but I like that.
Yeah,
that sounds like a lot of fun.
So getting through the rest of Juggalo Weekend here. 80s night sounds like it was a fucking blast. Like I said, I skimmed through and they played a lot of their more like rock metal songs here. I mean, I know we were gonna talk about it, but we're doing this with Al here, so I did have a couple notes I was gonna mention. The ICP 80s show. Here's some songs that they played that blew my wig. They played The Madness, which was from Eye of the Storm. I literally saw when I was skimming through the video. I got to that song. I was like, what fucking song even is this?
I don't remember.
But they were like they didn't know the words.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah, obviously.
Like they're and I mean,
that's so fucking like them, man.
It was cool
big
though.
Hair night, baby.
Exactly. I mean, so they played, which that was like okay, but they were doing like all their rock songs. They did Cartoon Nightmares. They did Take It.
Nice,
the Vampire song.
Cartoon.
They did Hell's Forecast, Hallelujah. They did For the Maggots.
Really?
Yeah, I thought that was dope.
Huh.
And then they finished with Take Me Home.
Okay.
Which great. That's a great ending song. I love that song, and I'm sure it was an emotional vibe, especially during that.
Oh hell yeah, it was. I'm so glad you actually like mentioned the songs because now I can like remember what the hell was going on that night.
Yeah, go watch the video.
We're helping each other out here.
Yeah. So yeah, it was some good shit. I would have liked to see them perform some of those songs live. It sounds dope.
Right. And then just full disclosure right up front, I was so like you said, it was very spiritual, and I will confirm that I believe very strongly that is something that happened for me.
Yeah.
I did not even go to the show on the 19th, like dead ass. I was like, who the fuck's ICP? I got a lot going on.
All right. Hey, that's all right.
But I do have some more fun story.
Okay.
There's a park in Tucson, Arizona that I went to. And I felt like there's like some scavenger hunt stuff going on there that I found, which has helped me for like some creative stuff that I want to do. But I think it kind of goes along with some of the stories that ICP and other psychopathic folk tell in their music. So I'm looking forward to exploring that again somehow. But so like, I don't know. Do what you will with that. But that was just more of like my head's in the clouds. I'm just kind of going off of what I'm feeling, just letting myself do whatever. So unfortunately, yeah, I'm not part of the experience on the 19th as actually being in the show.
Okay.
I could have gone because I had my damn wristband. I paid for the full thing.
You were just
but
like, I'm going home. That was enough for me.
Right. No, I even stayed in Tucson for a couple days and I actually fucking lost my wallet, right? While I was out there. And yeah, so I was actually out in Tucson, Arizona until I think Wednesday. I don't even remember what fucking day, but yeah, my mama and my sister had to actually drive out and help me fill up my tank so I can get my ass home.
Well, that part sounds shitty, but
yeah, the big hair night was, yeah, it might not be the story any one person was wanting or expecting, but goddamn that.
But that's your story. That's your experience. There's nothing wrong with that. We love hearing it regardless.
Right? And I just love that because of like whatever the hell ICP, whatever's going on in this world, like I would not have been able to find that if I did not just get in. Like being a juggalo is fucking great, y'all.
That's the magic of the Dark Carnival.
Yeah, I mean,
man, right? And I think like in one of your recent episodes, like you were talking about like Violent J, like channeling. I think there's something very real there. Like that that feels important to say. I don't understand anything. I've never met Violent J or Shaggy Two Dope. I've never met any of these people.
Yeah, they're definitely tapping into a frequency like we talked about. And like I think when you're at those shows, yeah, when you're at those shows and in those moments, you're tapping into it. And I truly feel like that.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that was just.
Sounds like a hell of a time.
It's a hell of an experience, man. If there's any juggalos out there that have not gone to any show, and just go fucking do it. You're gonna have a fucking hoot. You're with safe people, and if someone's not safe, fuck them up.
So here's a question: do you plan on ever trying to go to a gathering of the Juggalos?
Hell yeah, I'm going this year. I almost went last year, but I had so much shit going on. I was too fucking legit. Paid for my fucking ticket and everything. But like my mom was recently diagnosed with cancer and I was just too scared to just go, and I couldn't do it then.
Yeah. Sure.
But and normally I feel like I'd be mad, like I spent all that fucking money, but I'm still glad that I got my ticket, because even if I didn't get an experience, the boys need to eat. So
ain't nothing wrong with that.
Well, this is the year I am going to gather this year.
Hell yeah.
Well, I'm sure you'll have another spiritual experience, because the gathering is like tenfold, with that kind of wavelength.
Right. I'm gonna be spending the next couple of months just getting my ass prepared, stay grounded.
Hell yeah.
I'm so excited though. But yeah, I mean, at this point right now, every day kind of feels like a spiritual experience in its own way.
We're gonna let you go here in a minute. I'm gonna ask one last question. I don't know if Carver has any, but I'm mainly interested. It sounds like you had an amazing time. Like it really sounds like everything spoke to you. How do you feel now about like on your way back and when you got home? Do you feel like it added anything, like as far as like you're more in tune or more in touch? And do you have a different appreciation for Juggalos and ICP, or it's all
absolutely? Yeah, like coming back, and I've been like spending like the last week trying to kind of figure out how, because I know these are experiences I want to share with people, but I don't know how to explain them. But yes, coming back, I feel much happier. I feel like there's something I understand about connecting with people in general.
More so than you did?
Yeah, like not just juggalos. Like I'm changed, y'all.
Like humans.
The Dark Carnival, it changes you for real.
It really sounds like similar to a psychedelic experience. I mean, like people,
right? Which is so like
people
crazy,
come, yeah.
Cannabis is the THC. You have a psychedelic. It's not really a true psychedelic, but I mean, who knows?
But the feelings people get from a real psychedelic experience, like a vision quest, they come back saying the same things you're saying right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, there's a really super chill guy that I ran into there, and we just like kind of like hung out and like partied and danced. That I remembered, he was actually tripping on LSD.
Oh wow!
And I told him, I'm just not right. And normally you'd be like, oh geez, but we had a really good time just like hanging out, and I was like fascinated by that. I'm like, what are you seeing? Because I feel like you're seeing shit that I'm like, it was a curious experience for me.
Everybody just sees. I mean, when you're at the carnival, you see what you want to see.
Yeah. Well,
Exactly, that's what's so important.
I think
We
everybody
all have
sees
our
a
own
similar
decks,
thing.
Yeah.
our own personal Joker cards decks. And that's what makes it so cool.
When everybody's on the kind of same wavelength of like a spiritual experience, everybody's seeing this kind of seeing and feeling the same thing, and that's why it's such like a big
profound
experience and profound. Yeah, because it's like a oneness connection to
That
everybody.
makes so much sense to me now. Yeah, because like he's the one that was like, because he was like I believe it was while ICP was on. He's like, look at it, and I'm like, I'm looking, what you see. He's like, we're in the fucking 70s. It's goddamn, it's amazing. I'm like, holy shit, you're right. Yeah, so
Yeah, that sounds great,
life
man.
is so cool if you like know how to keep yourself safe and you just try to learn not to be too concerned about things.
Yeah.
Like it's goddamn, life's good. I'm so glad I did that.
Well,
And I'm really glad that I could share this story with you guys.
absolutely.
As a
Yeah,
Scatterpick
it's
fan.
uplifting. I mean, like,
it's inspiring, truly.
yeah,
like
it really is.
you know, like you're a true like free spirit, and we feel it, and just talking to you is like making me feel good.
Yeah,
you know?
you're like an antenna that's just like channeling emotions and like feelings, and it's like
Pillar
like,
of light, some say.
yeah. I mean, it's like it's transmitting to outwards. So that
Good,
I mean, I
I'm
appreciate
glad.
that.
Like that secretly, I'm like, I hope I can just at least share this feeling in some, because it's a good feeling. Even
Yeah.
if some people I know are gonna be like, what the fuck is this chick on?
No,
Like,
I totally
yeah.
get it. I've gotten the same feelings from Juggalo shows. I've gotten the same feelings from, induced experiences. I know exactly what you're feeling.
it's a good feeling, man. I'm yeah, you just got to put the fear aside sometimes and just let yourself just be without judgment and just
let yourself be.
observe. Like I believe in a way that's very much what life in general is about.
Absolutely.
Just being present and
Be
observing and
be here now.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Which-
there you go.
which
Here
is-
and now, baby.
Which is
'Cause
a Ram
there ain't
Dass
no time.
quote.
Time ain't shit.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's up. Well, Al, look, you've been great. We appreciate you taking the time today. I know we kept you probably longer than you might have expected, but hope you
You
enjoyed
guys were my
yourself.
plan for the day, so I'm happy to be here.
All right,
But I
well-
know you guys probably have other things you need to move on to, so
Well, thank you. We appreciate it. We'll keep in touch, and we hope to see you at the gathering.
Yeah, if it's here in Ohio.
Yeah, I mean, hit me up anytime. You know, you got my socials.
Absolutely.
Anytime you guys want to shoot the shit, I'm down. I'm broke as shit, but I've got a free schedule.
Hell yeah. Well, we
But
appreciate
thank
you.
you for having me on. I appreciate this time I get to spend with you.
Yeah, thank
Absolutely.
you. Thank you.
All right. Take care. Have fun. See you later.
Whoop,
Whoop,
see you later,
whoop,
fam.
See ya. All right. That was good shit.
Oh yeah, man. That's a very uplifting. Just just the energy was
It's
super infectious and radiant.
Her Juggalo experience is. I think it's unique.
It's
like,
one of the most rare It's one of the most rarest sounding Juggalo experiences I've ever heard.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
But what's fascinating and great about it is that we still know it exactly what she's talking about.
Yeah, the spiritual feeling and experience she's having, yes, we understand that. But like how she got there, and
Yeah.
like that's very unique.
So we may not have even done much of an origin there, but I think her origin literally was Juggalo Weekend.
Yeah, her origin.
Genuinely.
Yeah, it seemed like it's extremely recent.
Like she was a Juggalo prior, obviously, but I think that kind of like awakened something. in her,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
great. And we've all had that, which is why we're here.
Yeah. I got a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you hold down the show for a second while I go take a tinkle?
Absolutely. Go
All
ahead.
right, be right back.
So I seen some people in the chat. A couple people were like, "What's TRINE? What's going on?" TRINE, which they mentioned, is when I first popped out, I thought they had Blahzay on. Yeah, no, Blahzay wouldn't come on the show, but TRINE is the trio supergroup, if you want to call it that, of Blahzay Rose, who now goes by Tippy, I guess. Blahzay Rose, Roxy Red, former wife of CPN, and Inanna the Goddess, which is a third girl I've never heard of. But my 2 cents, they put out this album last week. My 2 cents, Inanna spits hot fire. We're gonna listen to the album. Believe me, there was a conversation before this episode about whether or not we would do this. But we felt like this. And I'll wait for Carver to get back to really get into it. But this album has been it is relevant to the Juggalo world, considering the fact that Blahzay Rose has been kind of I don't even want to say she's been relevant because I don't think she has been, but she's been making herself relevant by being on these Juggalo podcasts and pimping out her OnlyFans and posting sexy pictures and kind of shit talking yet loving Jay at the same time. There's some weird shit that's been going on that we've kind of touched on a little bit. There's the boil. There's some raps. I hope there's some raps about the boil on here. I don't know if there is or not.
Oh, I'm back.
oh, wait, DC, your 2 cents is DC's line. I didn't know that. My bad. All right, our we'll call it our since it's Deck One Del, our 1 cent.
Our 1 cent.
I was just explaining what TRINE is in general.
Oh, there's people that don't know?
So a couple people in the chat were like, TRINE? What's TRINE? So I just explained that it was a Blahzay's group. Before we get into that, the only other thing I wanted to mention is I did watch the Juggalo Weekend shit. So they did 2 shows. We'll talk about TRINE in a minute, but they did 2 shows. They did the 80s show, which whatever they called it, hair metal, whatever. And then the next night they did a show called Old School Heat, where they played like all old school shit.
Mm-hmm.
Very dope.
Yeah, and the setup looked like the what is it?
Here it is. The Wraith, maybe? Was that what it was?
I thought it looked like the Piggy Pie video.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. Okay, here, let me pull it up for viewers here.
Yeah, that just looks fun.
So, let's see. we owe DC Fago about 2 cents. I'll PayPal you. So the show looked great. The stage set looked great. Here's one thing I noticed between doing the 80s show.
Man, those jerseys look sweet.
They are very tight. They did the 80s show where they played a lot of weird songs that they didn't know the lyrics to.
Yeah.
And it was
just fun.
It's whatever.
Just have fun
I don't
with
hold it against them. Like they're doing some wacky shit.
Yeah. Who cares at this point?
This show they knew every fucking word. Every fucking
Really?
word. And that's why I was watching this while I was chilling with Tara, my wife. And I was like just watching it on my phone, and I was laughing at them not knowing the lyrics to some of their songs and shit. And then I put on this show, and they started playing like First Day Out or Wizard of the Hood or something.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, look, this song is 30 fucking years old. They know every goddamn lyric.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a matter of time or anything. They know this shit because this is what they always do. Like they know this shit. And I think even they care about that old shit more,
Yeah.
Nevertheless, it was cool. Like you got all the chicks on stage during Cotton Candy and during Cherry Pie and yada yada. Whoever took this footage, by the way, they did a really good job. Like it's great footage. I was listening to Shaggy and the Creep and
phones nowadays. I mean,
yeah, I know. Look how many people are recording. I was listening to Shaggy and the Creep, and Creep was like, "Oh, did y'all record that show, like the '80s show?" And Shaggy was like, "Nope, that was only for people who were there. That's what's cool about it." And then I just watched it on YouTube.
It was only for people.
Yeah, sorry, but sorry, not sorry.
Sorry. I mean, does Shaggy not know?
I know. So that was funny, but
I'm sure Jumpsteady doesn't know. He's still got a flip phone.
Does he?
Yeah. Don't you see him on the streams? He'll like pull out his phone. It's like a flip phone.
Oh, that's hilarious. I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I think he's got a flip phone. I could be wrong. Juggalos, let me know. Jumpsteady still has a flip phone, don't he? Oh, wow. There you go.
What is that?
Oh,
yeah,
what is
in my room.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
they played in my room, which I think was fan service kind of shit at this point, But sounds good. They were both sounding good, looking good. They finished the Old School Heat show with Crystal Ball, which was really cool.
Oh, hell yeah. Man, see, that's such a fucking good song. I mean, one of the best magical ICP songs you could ask for, honestly.
Like, as I was skimming through it, like, I got to the final song, and like it took me a second. I was like, what song are they even... I just hear Jay's like, ain't no smoking in here. I was like, what the fuck is, oh shit, Crystal Ball.
Crystal
Damn.
Ball, man.
Fuck yeah, dude. I love this song, but like it just threw me off guard.
Did we go through sixth most where it was like songs like Crystal Ball? I don't remember.
No, we have
didn't?
not. I don't think.
No.
Like final songs.
Yeah, like final songs. I thought maybe
We
did.
talked. We're gonna do that, but we have
Okay.
not. We talked about doing that. But yeah, man, very dope. They let Juggalos up on stage. I mean, what other band could allow their fans up on stage, especially as rowdy as Juggalos supposedly are, on stage with the artists and trust them not to like, butt fuck them or push them down or whatever. You know what I mean? It's so cool.
Yeah, I mean, like you'll see some people jump on bands of like rock stars and they like get fucking choked out, tackled out, and thrown off and shit. I mean,
so yeah, I mean like that speaks volumes to like what the vibe that Al was talking about.
yeah,
you know?
by now, if you don't know that there's some special connection between ICP and Juggalos, they eliminate the barricade between artist and fan base. They eliminate that. There's only very few bands I've seen that can pull something like that off. ICP is obviously one of the the biggest band that I know and have been to. There's a couple other I've been to where they kind of eliminate that barricade between. But I mean, yeah, you just can't beat what ICP does with their how they interact with their fans. I mean, we got our criticisms about them, but when it comes down to it, it really does. Even if it's fake, it feels so much like a family. You can't even. Who cares?
Yeah, exactly. It's and we've talked about this before. It's bigger than ICP.
Yeah.
ICP is just they're just the mouthpieces for this movement.
Mm-hmm.
Which is funny. Like Shane, my buddy who lives a few doors down, our friend that we've known for like 20 years. He lives a few doors down, and I invite him over to the pod like every fucking week. But he was with us through all the Juggalo shit, but he's been very out of it, like more than we were. But he's like, I told him yesterday, actually, he was over here. I was like, dude, like, why don't you come down tomorrow and do a pod? It's like, bro, what? I'm going to come down and talk about ICP? Really? Like, I was like, I laughed. I was like, dude, we shit on ICP most of the time. I was like, we criticize them and make fun of them most of the time. You would fit right in. I mean, we love the guys, obviously. I'm just bullshitting, but you know what I'm saying? Like, but that speaks to like what we're doing here. Like this is like ICP again is the reason we're here, but the reason we got here, but they're not the reason we're here today mainly. You know what I mean? Like while we're here with y'all doing this channel, it's about Juggalos and being with Juggalos.
I mean, if I'm not mistaken, he did have that red Camaro, right, with a big ass hatchet man on the
Yeah,
back,
of course
right?
he did. Yes, I mean his room was decked out in Juggalo shit.
Yeah.
Like, but he fell off and never got back on.
Yeah, I remember that red Camaro. That was pretty badass.
That's sweet.
Yeah. You had your red Camaro, or no, you had your truck.
Mm-hmm.
Our buddy Ben had his black Camaro, I believe. It was a black Camaro, maybe a Thunderbird. I can't remember.
Yeah. I think it was a Thunderbird.
And he had the Ringmaster on the back, and then Shane had the red. It was it a Camaro?
Yeah, it might have been Trans Am or something. I don't know.
Might have been.
Some shit like that. I'm not good with cars.
One of those 80s muscle cars.
One of those weird, stupid looking cars. All right. Okay. I want to touch on the Juggalo Weekend shit. I mean, we covered most of it with Al, but I had to since she didn't go to the other night, I at least wanted to mention that.
Yeah.
And they played Chop Chop, which was cool too. Which I don't think I've seen him play that very much.
That, I mean, to me, that's a slept on track. I mean,
Oh,
Beverly Kills is, I would say is one of their most slept on albums.
Absolutely. All right. Oh, do you want to quickly talk about what you watched on ICB
I
Network?
just watched the UFO one.
Yeah, what happened with that?
I mean, it was just Jay going off like, it's real, Juggalos, it's real, they're out there, aliens are out there, and then it's Jump Steady going, all right, and then we're gonna show this video, and it's like grainy footage.
When I turned it on at one point, I saw them like they're wearing tuxedos.
Yeah, they're wearing like Men in Black type
yeah.
shit. There was a point where Shaggy put his glasses on, like they weren't like they had like sunglasses, and Shaggy put his glasses on, and Jay was like, "Blah, blah, blah. Why are you wearing those?" Like he looked like he was like it looked like he was pissed off that Shaggy was like threw him on, and then he kept going doing his thing, and then he was like, "You're making me want to wear him," and he threw him on and shit. That was pretty funny.
When I turned it on at one point, I was like, let me see what these motherfuckers are doing. I didn't have time to watch the whole thing, but I turned it on. It was just them watching a documentary. I'm like,
yeah,
is this all this is?
Well,
like,
no, they would show a video and then they would
talk about
talk. They would show a video and then they would talk. But the videos are all grainy bullshit. It's like, this doesn't prove anything, Jay. I'm sorry. It doesn't prove anything. And then he went and he told a story. He's like, but no, I'm getting Ruby on the line because we saw a UFO in Vegas on our vacation. Ruby, are you on the line?
Whoa, really?
His daughter,
Yeah.
yeah. He's like, tell him the story, Ruby. Tell him the story. And it turned out like they were telling the story, explaining it, and even Jump said he was like, but wait a minute, did it look like a missile what you saw? And they were like, well, yeah, I mean, it looked like a missile, it had like a thing. They started explaining it, and everybody was like going, that's a missile. Like,
yeah,
you
like they
saw-
do testing, bro. Out there.
yeah. And then just Jay was like, all right, thanks, Ruby, and like just pushed it to the side. Like, it was like on like live. They basically just was like, dude, that's a missile. Like, what, you didn't see a UFO?
That's hilarious.
He was like, all of Vegas saw it, man. And then on the news, they like tried to cover it up, and then like as it went, I was like, nah, it's just a missile.
That's hilarious.
Missile testing in in Nevada. Okay,
That's funny. Yeah, I mean, I finally subscribed to the Twitch so I can go back and watch the rest of the shit. If you have Amazon Prime, you can actually subscribe for free, which I knew that, but every time I went to click subscribe and then subscribe with Amazon, it said, you can't subscribe with Amazon yet. I'm like, why the fuck not? It said come back on February 24th.
really?
Why? I didn't understand that. I don't know if that's some thing they imposed or if that's just a Twitch thing, but as of February 24th, I was able to click that button, and now I'm subscribed, so I can go back and watch that shit.
Yeah, that's cool. I did that in like that last Monday, I guess, when they did that.
Yeah?
I just got on and subscribed, yeah.
You like clicked subscribe, like, because it's not like YouTube. Like you could follow on Twitch. It's
No, I subscribe with Amazon
like you
Prime.
pay. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay, I got
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
I didn't know you had Prime. But yeah, so that's cool. I don't know why the fuck it put that weird limit on mine, but
Yeah, I don't know.
whatever. I'm subscribed now, so I'm gonna check this shit out.
But going back to the alien shit, not saying I don't believe aliens, but like I just think it's funny how like into it Jay is. Like he's like it's real. How are there people out there that don't believe it? Like Jay's like he goes off, man. Like he wants people to believe this shit.
I mean,
and
whatever.
Shaggy's like getting bored. Shaggy's just like, oh, okay, yeah, okay.
Shaggy's just a little more down to earth.
Yeah, he's like, oh, that's grainy. Okay, that I guess that means aliens are real. Like, Shaggy's funny as hell.
That sounds really funny.
But
I watched the Juggalo Catch 21, which was the game show they did where like it's just they got 3 juggalos and like they put like cards above their heads and like they answer trivia and they get another card and they try to hit 21. That's the idea of the game. And Shaggy hosted like round 1 and Jay hosted round. Of course they're riddled. By the way, their new set and shit looks very dope.
that big ass screen.
Yeah, it's really
and
dope.
I thought it was a green screen at first, but I think that's an actual screen.
I think so too.
That thing looks nuts.
Yeah, he said they're in their new like he told it said at the beginning of maybe the Catch 20. He's like, we're in our brand new like Juggalo or studio at the new building or whatever. Very dope shit. I really love it. But they're doing the game show, and of course, like it's plagued with like them not knowing. They literally don't know the rules of the game. They didn't practice. They didn't plan. Jump said he's the only one that actually knows what's going on.
As usual.
But he's letting them host.
Yeah.
But he's like behind the. It keeps showing him like behind the scenes. He has like headphones and like he's got like a little board. He's like, so juggalos. Like it'll show. He's like, here's the rules. He's like about to like push buttons and shit. He's like, so you gotta answer questions, blah blah. And then like they ask. Like they would go to like ask the questions and like they'd be like, oh, and Shaggy would be like, okay, so this question's for you, ma'am. And like he starts reading the questions and jumps. He's like, wait, no, the question's for all of them. And Shaggy's like, what? Oh, okay.
Every fucking episode or every stream that shit happens.
It was just that the whole time. Like many instances of that. So and that's the public access shit we're talking about. Like the very like everything looks great, but there's no like very little planning going on here.
I mean, I'm wondering if the more they do this, I mean, the better they'll get. I mean, it's been, 2 years now since they've been doing this?
Yeah, I think so.
So hopefully they get better and everything gets more planned out. And hopefully Jay and Shaggy realize, okay, this is what we're doing now. We should probably actually learn everything before we go in there and do it.
Yeah. So I don't like that they... Well, I know you have to. Like, they got to keep the lights on, donate your bits. I'm telling you right now, y'all ain't getting a bit out of me. But
you ain't getting a bit.
They made like a little commercial like, give us your fucking bits. Come on, we need those bits.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
get
I
out
saw
of here.
that.
But whatever. I mean, whatever. Gotta.
I will say though, I do like the little commercials they put in between because they're using a lot of their old school commercials. and
Oh
they're
yeah,
kinda throwing them
I
in
didn't even
there.
see that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think they. Well, they play like music videos and shit sometimes.
Yeah, they
but-
play music videos and they play like some of their promos and their commercials from like past eras and shit, and that's
that's
pretty.
dope.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like I saw a Bang Pow Boom one, I saw a Mighty Death Pop one.
Okay.
I think there was a maybe even like an old school MTV kind of commercials.
You know what I wouldn't mind is like, well, I mean, I guess you can get all that shit on YouTube now, but I was gonna say just a collection of like all of like their weird like just promos and shit
Yeah.
they've done over the years. Maybe even like their wrestling backstage shit or whatever. Like that shit would be dope. I don't know.
Remember the one where it's like, you don't like us, but we love
Oh,
you.
yeah. Yeah.
Like the arrow sound.
That was like what was that?
That was
Bizarre era, probably.
Yeah, I think it was, and it was in it. I think they played it on MTV.
Yeah, they did.
No.
That was interesting. That was right around when they were on wrestling too. All right. Never figured Jay would ask guys for their bits.
Yeah. Well, he is now.
But yeah, man,
They're bit hungry, man. Bit hungry.
keep watching them. I mean, it's dope. We want them to keep twitching, obviously. So subscribe. I'm hoping my subscription they get a button, even though I'm not paying for it. Amazon is. Hopefully they get a buck or two out of that. I don't know, but we'll see.
Oh man, the commercials are such a good part of the ICP network, especially for noobs like me. I mean, yeah, they're old stuff. I love going back and watching all that old shit. I mean, even the commercials, it's funny. It's like I'll eat up old ICP commercials.
Hell yeah. All right, man. You good? Got anything else?
No, I'm
All
good.
right. We're gonna dive into this TRINE album. All right. I've listened. You have not.
Have not.
So this album's only 5 tracks, so that's the reason I didn't care too much about how long we're going. We're already an hour and a half. But
we'll probably float through this real quick.
we're gonna float through this. Carver hasn't listened at all, so I did preface him by saying like I didn't hate it. I did not hate it. I kind of wanted to. I went in.
You kind of wanted to. Huh?
I went in with like I turned it on like just as a novelty, like let's hear what this shit's all about. And I turned it on and I was like, the first track was like kind of okay. I was like, fine, first track's fine.
I'll accept.
Yeah, and then the second track, I was like, okay, whatever it was. But I think at the time they had the playlist different. I think it started with Try and Try, but I was like, Boss Bitches, this is gonna be a fucking shit show. And I was like, all right, it's kind of okay too. And like it was just that like the whole time. And so, anyways, that's all I've told Carver. He hasn't listened to a second of this, but we're gonna check it out.
Yeah. Let's
Here we
do it.
This is Boss Bitches. Think we'll get copyrighted for this? Doubt it. I don't think so. What am I doing here? I want to do this.
I will say I have heard some Roxy Red songs.
Yeah.
So, and I did not think she was horrible at all. Like she was pretty good. I thought she was a pretty good rapper.
All 3 of them can kind of spit on this, and Nana I think is the standout though.
Really? Huh.
Like I said, I had a hard time telling the difference between Blahzay and Roxy, so maybe you can help me out there. Who's this? That's Blahzay, right?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think this is Roxy. I don't know.
The production's on point.
Yeah. I'm paying attention to the mixing and mastering sounds pretty good. This actually sounds really good. So, I mean, the whoever the engineer was is really good.
Yes, and they got a lot of like little shit. Like they're not just rapping to beats. Like they do like little effects and shit.
Yeah,
like,
oh yeah.
They got all kinds of shit like that in here.
You say got licks to hit?
I don't know. I didn't hit it. I don't care for this hook, but the spitting's not bad. And the like
I
we
think
said,
that Rox might be that. Or sorry, that hook might be Roxy.
okay.
I mean, they're the flows don't sound robotic.
Here. Who's this?
I would say this is Becky, right? No, I don't know. Man.
It's hard. Like their voices are kind of similar, so it's hard telling. And they both have a similar like. I thought I'd be like, well, I'll be able to tell Blahzay. She's a real like rapper chick, but I mean they're all hanging together.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I just don't. I haven't heard I haven't heard either of them, or the three of them. I haven't heard. Obviously, the third girl, I haven't heard her at all. I don't know them enough to be able to pick them out, right?
I listened to the Blahzay album like once.
Yeah, I know Roxy sings.
Okay.
So I'm believing this is Roxy.
Okay. So Ekaside said it sounded like Blahzay that last verse.
Yeah, because I think Roxy raps fast. She's more of a fast rapper.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
So I mean, Anana, I don't even know if she was on that. So I didn't pay much attention. I guess we were talking through it, but I didn't even notice. But you will recognize her. She does some like fast spitting here and there. I'm pretty sure it's her. I guess I could be completely wrong. Maybe that's Roxy. I don't know. When Roxy dissed Blahzay, I thought she sounded exactly like Blahzay. Yeah, their voices are pretty similar, I think. Thanks, Nobody Man, Podcast of the Year. We appreciate you, bro.
Nobody Man. D1D Pop. Hell yeah, man. Thank you.
Who's this, y'all? First on Lethal Injection.
Not feeling this verse too much. I know it's like supposed to be coming from emotional pain type of thing, but
this is almost like this is the closest to like a horrorcore track they have on here, I think. I mean, the hook's pretty cool. It's just like their slower, vibey song, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. I mean, I can tell this album is not going to be a bad album. It's not going to be like a trash album, you know.
Yeah.
If every song, if the rest of the songs are this level,
yeah.
I mean, it's going to be it's a solid EP.
Yeah.
Solid EP.
From all the hours that I lack, the sleepless nights come back to back. Feels like my brain's under attack. In fact, I'm just a shell of who I used to be. I feel so small as I watch the shadows mocking me dance across the wall. I don't know what the future holds.
I think this is Anana. Maybe I'm wrong.
I couldn't tell you where the next road goes, and I don't know why. I always gotta take the long way home. Get comfortable, less out of my zone, and I only feel better when I'm all alone. Won't learn no matter how much I'm shown to the bullshit I'm prone, and I'm missing every shot from the free throw line. No reason, no rhyme. Mentally exhausted, but I'll say I'm doing fine. Getting into fuck shit just to occupy my time.
Maybe it's Roxy. I don't know. No fucking clue.
Yeah, it might be Roxy. I know she's got a deeper voice, I believe.
Okay. So yeah, maybe I'm all wrong.
Yeah, I don't. I could be wrong too. I can tell you, I can say this: the song is mixed and mastered very well. I think some of the vocal performances on this are a little missing. They missed the mark for me.
Sure.
And the song is pretty miserable.
Yeah.
So I'm not really.
I feel that.
I'm not really into it.
I mean, of the 5 songs, that's probably the lower tier. You know. Gang shit sounds like you're gonna hate it, but it's kind of slaps.
Yeah.
I mean, like just the name of it, gang shit. Come on, you're 3 chicks, gang shit.
Yeah.
3 juggalo chicks or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, as long as they're talking about riding up on other chicks,
yeah,
I guess that's cool. I couldn't imagine a car full of 3 chicks riding up on like on a corner where a bunch of dudes are like gangsters. You know?
Oh yeah.
It's just hard to see in my head. I could be wrong.
Like imagine a music video.
Yeah.
Like, get out of here.
I'm sure it's happened, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know there's ride or die chicks out there. I know they're out there. Is it these 3? I don't think so, but hey. I mean, ICP are killer clowns going out and killing people, okay? You're allowed to tell stories in your raps. I don't hate.
Yeah.
I'm not against, you know.
But this song's called Gang Shit, and they're talking about your blood I want to taste and shit. You know, like.
Wouldn't that be like vampire shit? I mean, they got the basics. They got the basics down pretty good.
Yeah.
I would say, as far as like hip hop, like, or making a modern day sounding hip hop song. I hear some energy. I hear it coming from their cores, rather than throats. You know. So I hear some actual, you know, power coming from the vocals.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a lot of like amateur rappers would be like like you would hear in their voice that they're like holding back or
and you kind of hear if they're reading. You know what I mean? I mean, I've been guilty of that where I've recorded a verse, went back, and I'm like, man, it sounds like I'm reading. So I'm listening for that. I've heard a little bit where it kind of sounds like they're reading, but not much. So that's a good. I mean, that's good. A lot of it sounds, you know what I mean, from what I'm hearing, a lot of it sounds pretty natural.
As soon as you get some opportunity, you act like a fucking gangster. And wait to watch y'all's project flop.
Is that CPN?
Yeah. I think it is, right?
I thought so. Like he's like, I can't wait to watch your project fucking flop.
Now, what counts for a flop or not in the Juggalo world?
Whether or not Juggalo podcasts talk about your album.
So you go, okay, here we go. Yeah, there you go. I mean, I guess I would say if ICP put a post out about it, it didn't flop, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
But financial wise, I guess what counts of it being a flop or not?
It's a good question. I mean, they are selling this album like on their site digitally. For like, you know, it's name your own price. I think starting at $5, which is whatever. You know, maybe hopefully they'll make a few bucks, but
as far as like just buzz, it's not a flop. I wouldn't say.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I've been hearing about it.
Yeah, I agree with that. But that said, there's Juggalos in the chat that hadn't heard about it, so they're all in like a different. Some Juggalos are in like different, like they're all riding different waves. You know.
So here's the thing. Maybe it's not a flop for a certain YouTube community of Juggalos.
She's spitting.
I think that's Roxy.
Okay.
He said, I miss you, baby. Yeah, I know you do. Every single one that came before you miss me too. So demanding of my time. But
yeah, I believe that's Roxy.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I don't know if you remember where you're going. But.
No, I don't.
We were saying that Juggalos are in different like ways as far as paying attention to shit.
I would wonder what a show, like if there was a show right like tonight or a gathering tonight, what would the Juggalos from around the country go into a gathering? Would they know about? Is this just a YouTube thing?
Yeah.
A YouTube buzz? You know what I mean? Do Juggalos around the country and world really know what's going on with this that maybe aren't on YouTube? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I doubt it. Highly doubt it.
I would be interested to see how much of a buzz it is with like the entire Juggalo community.
Well, maybe we'll find out once this video goes out. Yeah. But then it's just YouTube Juggalo. We're speaking into a vacuum, bro. Like it's hard telling.
I mean, ICP put out an out. You know, it's funny. It's funny too because I think what they say in the post was like never would have thought or something.
Yeah.
Like I never would have thought this would be good.
Right.
It's almost like a diss.
Right. Oh yeah, I want to talk about that. So.
I never would have thought this would be good, but it is. It's like almost a diss.
This is the last song, so I want to pause it while I talked about it. But you're right. So Jay made this post on ICP's Twitter that's like, never would have thought Blahzay Rose is making music again or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, and he's like, Blahzay and her friend Roxy Red put out their album Inanna the Goddess, which is wrong, right? Like, that's the third member of the group. He didn't even know the name of the group was TRINE when he made this post.
Wow.
So he put the post out and even linked to TRINE.com, yet he literally thought the album was called Inanna the God, or the project was called Inanna the God.
Really?
And that's what I retweeted it like, come on, Jay.
Oh, man.
The least you could do is like, I said this is propaganda. But like obviously, like if he actually listened to it and really felt it, like first of all, he wouldn't have made that mistake. And second of all, like I wouldn't have felt like it was propaganda. Like because I know he didn't listen to it, and I know he doesn't give a shit. He's just promoting his girl shit or whatever, you know.
Yeah,
like
I'm wondering if that's it.
Like I'm like, come on, man. Like you know, whatever. Put
Like-
it out. Like Juggalos probably like it.
Like he was going to promote it regardless.
Yeah, that's
like
what's,
they had him in the bag or
Exactly.
ready to do it or something.
that's what's annoying about it.
Yeah.
So whatever. And then he took it down. He took the post down for whatever. Everybody in the comments was like, what the fuck? Come on, blah blah. Blah. This shit's like kind of shitting on it. And then like he took the post down. I don't know if that's why, but reposted it. I was like, oh okay, maybe he fixed it. Word for word, exactly the same.
Really? What the hell?
I didn't understand that, but
Yeah,
nevertheless,
that's weird.
whatever. All right, last song. This is called "TRINE Tribe." I think this might have been. I listened to this song first. Like I said, it was first on the playlist. But so this might have been like the best one. Maybe I'm speaking out of turn. We'll see.
So I gotta ask, why are they doing the what is it, anagram, what are they called?
Oh, initialism.
Yeah. Why are there
I guess it would be anagram.
why is it not a word, like a whole word? Why are there points between?
I said the TRI would be the girls in the group, Tippy, Roxy, and Inanna. I don't know what the N
But like
is.
what? But Tribe
Yeah.
has it too. Like
Maybe they explain in this song. Who's this first on?
acronym. That's
Yeah.
it. That's it. Thanks. DC.
Whoever's first on this song is spitting.
Thanks for there being educated juggalos in our chat. because
Yeah.
I need that sometimes.
Bro, they're TPEs. What do you expect? That's what we're trying to figure out, Bazooka Joe. We have no idea.
I thought Trine was a word. I mean, I thought it was a.
I thought it was a game.
Yeah, that is a game. I know that.
I mean, they kind of fucked up with the name because you Google Trine and they're nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
You know, so if you ask me, that's a little bit of a misstep. You want to get that search engine optimization figured out, Trine girls. All right.
It's okay.
This got to be Blahzay. It sounds like her.
There's definitely some effects that are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like some overdubs that are sound pretty cool.
Anyways, that was it, man. Let's try.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't hate it.
Yeah, that was my takeaway. Like, I went in like kind of cynical. You know,
Yeah.
You can't blame me, and I think most juggalos would say the same. Even people in the chat were like, you know, making jokes and shit, which is to be expected.
Yeah.
But you know, so I went in cynical, waiting to kind of. I didn't go in with the intention at all of ever going over this album on the show. I was gonna probably mention that I listened to it, but
It's in the news. We figured we'd hit up on it. And,
Yeah.
you know, see what's up.
and if it wasn't good, we wouldn't have done this. You know, like I vouched for it before the show. I was like, look, it's pretty good. I think you might like it. We'll see what you think. So
I'm not gonna say I like it. This is definitely not my kind of rap music.
sure.
And it's not because it's girls rapping. It's the style of rap. I don't listen to that style of rap. It's kind of the same tip on why I don't listen to Ouija Mac, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of that style of rap. Not saying they're bad. I don't, you know what I mean? I've definitely heard some Ouija Mac songs that are cool. Bob my head to.
Sure.
Seen him perform, and he's a great performer. But this is kind of the same thing, you know. There was definitely some stuff on there. I was like, yeah, okay, that's cool. It's just not my kind of rap. You
I
know
feel
what
that.
I mean? I really just don't listen to this kind of rap.
Like personally, like I think this might be my kind of rap. I kind of liked it, you know.
Yeah.
Despite all that, like I was like, okay, like I would bump this again, you know.
Okay. Yeah. You know what I mean? Now, if they came out doing some like boom bap, you know, East Coast 90s sounding shit with like funny punchlines and oh yeah, I'd probably eat it up a lot more, right?
Sure.
You know what I mean?
I get it.
That's just the kind of the hip hop I'm into, you know what I mean? I like more party, let's be funny, let's have some jokes in there. Let's
Right.
You know.
But you also like really love like conscious rap and shit too.
Yeah, like the people call it backpack.
Not that I would call
rap.
this that, but I'm just saying like
Yeah.
you're on both ends of the spectrum.
Yeah. I try to stay away from negative rap. I heard a lot of negative shit in this.
Okay, I see that.
I really did. I heard a lot of like negative stuff in this.
Okay.
And I would recommend to not like to the girls who made this album, try to get away from that negative shit, because if you believe in anything, even Jay talks about karma, if you believe it, you're putting negative you're kind of putting negative stuff out there. It's going to come back to you. So, I would recommend to try to lead yourself away from talking about hurting people and tasting their blood and fucking over dudes and shit like this, and move away from that and try to get to being more of a conscious style and let's just have fun. And I think more people will eat that up.
But there's an audience for that. There is a market for it. Like, I mean, I think AXE is kind of doing like they're probably doing the most brutal like horrorcore like shit that's like that's relevant to juggalos. You know what I mean? But and that's all their entire every lyric of their music is negative, like death, murder, devil shit. You know what I mean?
Whatever you put out into the world, it's going to come back.
Yeah.
Somehow, some way, it's going to come back around.
But then they got Mikey Clark, bro. It's
know.
working for him, is my point.
Maybe for now.
Oh, okay.
It worked for ICP for a long time, and then the fucking feds classified him as a gang, and Twisted left him, and like fucking all kinds of shit happened to him. They're bouncing back now, but I think they definitely got their karma came back around to them.
They reaped what they sowed.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, maybe there's something to that, but that said, like, that's what that negativity, negative music, whatever you want to call it, is what got them where they are, though. So
yeah, I think there's a not saying never do negative stuff. I think it's okay to do negative things, but I think you have to progress past it eventually.
Okay.
I think you have to kind of move past it.
Yeah, I get that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know. I feel it.
So I would just think about that.
Well, like I said, there's a market for it. So if it's working for you, do it. But like you could also just mix it up too. Like there wasn't one like kind of like cheerful song on that album.
Yeah, a lot of it sounded pretty miserable to me.
Yeah. Well,
it sounded good, but it just gave me that kind of feeling where
they
it's
weren't
like,
smiling at all making that.
Yeah, man, and
they were all getting all keyed up in the fucking studio, like, fucking rap, like.
But yeah, that's going to catch a lot of attention. It's going to definitely catch a lot of attention. That kind of style of rap. I will say, I didn't hear as much man hating as I thought I would hear.
Okay, that's good. I half expected. I mean, maybe there's some sneak disses in there, but I half expected to hear like some dissing, whether Jay, like, because wasn't there some speculation about like a Jay diss?
Yeah,
or
there was some speculation.
There's speculation about that. There's no CPN diss, although it was funny that they put the little snippet of him. That was funny, but I applaud them for not immediately going down that road.
Yeah,
truthfully, like let's like show us who you are rather than just putting that shit out there. I guess. But
I will say, if you're going to diss somebody, to win me over in a diss, you got to make me laugh.
Yeah.
It's got to be a clever punchline. If you're just going in there talking shit and like it's this and that, I'm not gonna care.
I feel it.
But if you make me laugh and it's clever and it's a joke, then that's when I'm gonna be like, oh shit, yeah, you know what I mean. So.
All right, man. Well, I didn't have nothing else to say. I'm glad you had a similar feeling to me. Like I said, I think I liked it a little more, but I'm happy that you were open and didn't at least hate it.
No.
I'm happy for that.
No, I don't think you can hate it.
Yeah. I think most juggalos will probably have a similar feeling. So I'd be curious if there's any juggalos that really love it or really hate it. I'd love to hear what you think or why. But, whatever. All right. Yeah, chat's popping off, man. They're all having a good old time in there.
That's cool, man. I appreciate everybody in the chat.
Yeah. Thanks, guys, for hanging with us. I don't got anything else. You good? You good with that?
Yeah, I will say one thing about the chat, though, is we might need to find a different way to maybe just move the monitor a little bit closer because I have trouble reading it.
It is hard to read
from this distance.
I can pop it out and I could even bring it over here if you want, right by your head. How about right there? What about that, bud? But then you're always looking back. Look at you.
Go listen to Fear Factory. Actually, I used to love Fear Factory. I still do like them. Speaking of DC Fago guy, yeah, Fear Factory, I loved them.
Okay, so DC Fago was asking Nobody Man if he liked Oh the Horror. I didn't see what was prior to that. Nobody Man said yes. DC Fago guys I thought you don't like rock. Go listen to Fear Factory. I've heard. I listened to Oh the Horror. I listened to some of their songs. Do you know who that is? They're on M&E. They're a rock band that wears Halloween masks.
Really?
They're not for me. Let's say that. They're for someone, and they don't sound horrible. It's like I said, it's just not for me. What's interesting, Blahzay did an album with them called Blahzay Meets Oh the Horror, and it's
really?
it looks like a Scooby-Doo
what
cover, which I mean that was a weird kind of mashup that I kind of appreciate. That's kind of cool, but I listened to a little bit of that and I hated it. But but Oh the Horror it wasn't for me, and I'm sure I would watch them live and probably actually dig it.
Echo Side Mean says they're great live.
Yeah, I would check them out. I don't know.
Yeah.
I will, man. But yeah, Fear Factor. I never checked them out either.
You're welcome, Nobody Man.
Yeah, thanks guys for hanging out and chilling with us. We appreciate Al joining us today with probably our longest Juggalo origin, but we just had a lot to talk about, so it was fun. Rocks Tunes, look out for I don't know if you're listening. Keep look out. Your ringmasters in the mail, and whoever the other fucking bitch that won the other one, you stupid cunt. I'm just kidding. I have no idea who that lady is. There's no way she cares about ICP. There's no way she's watching this. If she is, I'll suck Carver's dick, but I highly doubt it.
Oh yeah.
All right, man. Let's wrap it up.
Already.
You ready to shuffle the fuck up on out here? My buttons don't work, so all right. We'll catch y'all next time. Peace out. Have a good one. See ya.
Slide it back into the deck. Peace.
Yeah, oh yeah. Shuffle out of here. Forever, yada yada. Dun, 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 dun.